No, it was probably just like I could have done this and won this or something like that.
All theory about them. He said, "So who's on your team again?" Thornton and Strayer. I don't know if Lewis could find a fourth. What about your old teammates? They joined Mountain Man. Mountain Man. That was Week's old team. Who's on there? I need all the info. Well, it's going to be an interesting season. Blah blah blah. There it is. I said Lewis is still trying to claim he built your team.
Yeah.
He said, "Man, I make teams strive for some reason. Literally every team I made finished first or second in team points every league we've been a part of. Lewis just wants the fastest and not care about chemistry and consistency." That was like 10 minutes after the last message I'd sent him. So.
I sent him the I sent him Chris's All-American announcement the other night, and he was like, "Bro, what's he talking about?"
He's still in the Discord, ain't he?
Yeah, but he can't see the All-American. No, he's in the Discord, but he doesn't have any roles, so he can only see Gen Chat.
I don't even want to be teammates with those guys. I don't know them, but it's like, I want to, you know. But then again, I don't want to be in a Robert Hill either. So
yeah, I know Strayer's all right. I don't know about Thornton. I've never.
My problem is did you see Lewis claiming he's going to be in there calling strategy for us? Fuck that.
Yes, I did see that. Well, you're not going to let him call your strategy? Yes, he's tricky.
Alright, buddy. Alright, pit here. He
used to do that with me and Miles. Usually we did everything opposite of what he said.
Yeah. I don't know, though. He's got a better track record of big races than I do. He's got more wins, that's for sure.
True. That's one thing he is decent at. He can run a plate track.
Yeah, putting the pedal down and not caring what's in your way. He almost won that race last year. It was a photo finish. But
I know.
Anyway.
I wish I had Walt Whitley for mine.
That guy Andrew has been messaging me, the guy that I brought into that server. He's been messaging me like, "Yeah, man, like when do we start?" And he's putting super like high-res pictures of his car in there.
Is that the 46 car?
Yeah, he made like an Instagram post and everything. I was like, okay, he cares a lot just to run the first 2 races of the season.
That's all he's doing?
Yeah, he's just running the first 2. He's like, yeah, this is really cool.
How he was messaging me wanting to sponsor the race. He's here for a good time, not a long time.
Yeah. I don't know if to run 16 or 14.
Phoenix?
Yeah.
I'm like 14. You're only going to be probably doing 25 laps?
It is about 25. We do have to double stint though.
So I'm gonna try to coach you from, you know, I'm serving a suspension for, you know, for violating team orders. From off.
Whoa.
Whoa there.
Casey bot.
What?
And the TI money to use.
How are you, gentlemen? I'm on my fucking phone.
Oh, that's right. What were you saying though? You were breaking up.
I was saying that I'm gonna coach Dylan remotely to win his first TI Cup.
Like I said, if Dylan's like anywhere near me at the end, I'm probably just gonna like make it look like a nice battle and let him have it.
Are you gonna remind me of that pit for
if this is the last
like
TI
5
race,
ago?
It very well could be.
if this is the last TI race, how can we let Chris win the TI Cup at least once? Come on.
It's bad enough. I get to tie my Miles and Bryson my championships. It's like it doesn't even feel like it. It's an asterisk. All 3 of my championships would be without both of them in here.
Yeah.
Holy.
Officially have no idea what the fuck you're saying.
My bad. I can
It is.
You know like how bad that my internet used to be when I'd blink out every few seconds? It's kinda like that, but...
Seems like when you cost me a win.
Welcome everybody to the Wild Horse Broadcasting as we get ready for the season finale for the TI Gen 4 series. As tonight's the last night, we will be running the old body style Gen 4 as next season to be announced. Right now, we have Dylan Rosenberg top of your leaderboard, followed by Elijah Ennis, Joshua Dunn in third, Tim Abrell fourth, Cal Ethier fifth. As there's a look at your points leader going in tonight, he's up by 13 points. So there's a chance he could possibly lose tonight's points battle if he finishes dead last. Also, Cal is in the finals for the TI Cup, taking on the 91 of Dylan Rosenberg. As these two for the past 3 weeks have put on a hell of a fight to find themselves here in the finals. Last week, Cal had to outlast Chris Lewis. Right there, Cal ate shit and got the inside wall. Hopefully he doesn't do that on lap number 1 tonight. Sean Lester taking the number 3 car for a spin there. Doing it just like Dale, I guess. Time is running out here in practice. We get ready for our final qualifying session of the season. Oh, track is going back to daylight here. As for qualifying, it's going to be real hot, real slippery. As the triple deuce of Randy Cornwell. And Cornwell's barbecue sauce is out on track to make his qualifying lap. Let's see where this puts this lap at. Right now, Randy's third on the board. Got a little bit loose there coming out too. Randy able to move himself up to the fourth. Joshua Dunn, top of the leaderboard. Your points leader out here to make his qualifying attempt. Cal able to jump up the 4th spot there. Sean Lester able to jump up the 10 spot there with his qualifying effort. Ooh, movement up top as Dylan Rosenberg has now just moved to 2nd spot. They got about another 30 seconds left here in qualifying. And that should be about it. Let's see if Christopher Lewis puts down a lap or if he's just going to sit in the pits. We just got a note. Chris's team says they're low on funds and they don't have, they're not able to afford tires for qualifying. All right, as we take a look at the starting lineup for tonight's final race of the season. Joshua Dunn, 1 pole outside him, Dylan Rosenberg. Elijah Enos 3rd, Tim Abrell 4th, Cal Ethier 5th. Logan Hamilton 6th, Daniel Giroux 7th. Ryan Whitaker 8th, Mitchell Mark 9th, Sean Lester 10th, Dalton Wilson 11th. Randy Cornwell starting 12th. Steve Mellick in the 1 starting 13th. Craig Martin outside him in the 22. And Christopher Lewis starting shotgun in the field. 15 cars tonight, 100 laps as we go around Phoenix International Raceway. Ryan Lofton 92, Daniel Giroux out of Bozeman, Montana. Space car's already pulling off. We're going to get to this one quickly. Joshua Dunn's going to bring him down here. Wait for the initial green flag. Flag is out. Let's see if anybody jumps down right off the bank, right off the start. Everybody stayed up on the track. Nobody taking advantage of that extra space down below. Dylan's trying to work the outside there. As he's looking to clear the 7, Joshua Dunn, as they go into 3 and 4. Rosenberg looking to put a stamp on that TI Cup already. As he's taking on the 8, Cal Ethers, he's back here in the Hornet's Nest, mid-pack right now. Christopher Lewis, they're on the inside. That is a battle for position. As Lewis clears your mom. Back up front, Rosenberg out front, followed by Joshua Dunn, Elijah Ennis, Tim Abrell, Logan Hamilton, your top 5. As we run with your 5th place, Logan Hamilton. He looks up front, sees Tim Abrell right there. He's looking the line lower. Packed house here tonight for the TI season finale. Your top 5 able to break away. Next is Daniel Giroux in the 92 there. This Kyle's looking to get by the 11 Ryan Whitaker there. Rosenberg been out front since the drop of the green flag. He's starting to open up that gap a little bit over Joshua Dunn. Elijah's looking low, starting to challenge for second spot. Over the back bumper of the 7 car. Look the way around. Let's see if it takes a low here. Nobody's really venturing down there. Logan Hamilton was able to get by Tim, but then Logan just got into the wall. Hopefully he doesn't have any wheel damage from that hit. Looks like it's a pretty solid hit there. Daniel's looking to get by Tim. That's a battle for 5th. Tim sails it there, 3 and 4. Leaves the bottom open there for Daniel. Rosenberg out front, followed by Joshua Dunn, Elijah Ennis, 3rd. Joshua's challenging. Logan's trying to run down the top 3. Almost there. He's looking low. He's challenging Dylan there for the lead. Dylan just able to keep out in front. Normal low line, he wasn't able to get that run that he had last time. Gets a little bit loose there off exit. That allows the 43 to be right there in his back pocket, looking for a way around him. As Josh sends it in hard here in the 1 and 2. So he's able to just come up right there at the back bumper. Last time around, Josh was done 10 faster, but Logan Hamilton the fastest one on the track. Well, you see Josh get loose there on the low side. He's able to keep it under control. Good bit of driving there by him. Ethier is starting to make his way through the field. He's up 3 spots over the past few laps. Sitting in 6th right now. Second and third's all over the back bumper there, Dylan. And that's allowing Logan Hamilton to creep into the picture here. As that time around, Logan was 2/10 faster than the top 3. We're going to have a 4-way battle here for first spot. Got your leaders. Unlike last week, we got some flag racing going on. Dylan Rosenberg out front, followed by Joshua Dunn, Elijah Enos 3rd, Logan Hamilton 4th, Daniel Drew 5th. As right now, the battle for second, heating up. So 43 is looking to get by the 7 right there. Dylan Rosenberg been out front since the drop to the green flag. He's led every lap. Joshua Dunn started on pole. Dylan was outside pole. there's about a 4-second gap back to between 4th and 5th. The 43 is making his way around the 7. He got by him there on the high side. But Hamilton's looking to get by on the low side now. As Dylan goes high, that's leaving the 43 room there on the low side. See if he gets a run going down the 3. He tucks back in behind him. The 43 definitely looks like be the faster of the leaders right now. As Dylan and Logan bring it in. And Cal Ethier as well bringing it in for some fuel. That puts the 43 out front, followed by Joshua Dunn. As here comes the 43, and the 7 gets into the back of them as they come into pit road. As Chris Lewis brings it in as well. Steve said, go ahead and give me that top spot. I'm going to take it right now. As Logan and Dylan are battling as they came out of the pits. Logan was in front of Dylan when they exit pit road. Logan got loose. He was able to keep control of it. As they're coming up on Elijah and Josh as they're coming out of the pits. Elijah's going to cycle to the pit or to the lead. As Daniel Drew must have had a little bit of trouble in pit road, so he came in about 5th. Now he's running about 8th. Just got up right now. He just got past Randy Cornwell. Your top 5 after we just completed lap 30. Elijah Enos out front, followed by 7 Joshua Dunn, 91 Dylan Rosenberg, Logan Hamilton, 27 sitting 4th. Your points leader, Cal Ethier, trying to run a clean race. He's sitting 5th right now. Elijah out front, followed by the 7 Joshua Dunn. As you see Logan Hamilton getting loose once again, but able to keep it under control. It's about the second or third time tonight he's got a little bit loose on exit. He's able to keep it under control, but he's eating up those rears. Logan's closing the gap there on Dylan for third spot. As Elisha's trying to get by Sean Lester there in the 3 car. Sean gives the leaders the bottom. Dylan hasn't been able to do much of anything since he got back there in traffic. Third, that's good enough to win the TI Cup. So 92 just got by Cali Ether. I don't know if Cali's having issues or what. Daniel, one of the first people we see to use that apron there right after the start finish line. So Elijah's almost got a second lead over Joshua Dunn right now. Almost need to keep the camera just on Logan. Never know what he's going to do when he's coming off that turn. He's wheeling that thing, trying to get it all they got. Ooh, Dylan got into the wall. That opened up the door for Logan. Logan's wheeling that through there. See if he slides up in front of Dylan. Dylan keeps the momentum on the high side. He's got to run off. They're neck and neck, but that's allowing the 92, Daniel Drew, to come into the picture. Pride of Bozeman, Montana. He's pissed that he missed this drug man in his hometown. Logan clips the apron, gets a little bit loose. Logan so badly wants to throw that slide job to clear Dylan. As they're 3 wide coming off down the backstretch, Drew pulls in behind. Thinks better of it. The high side keeping momentum through there. Logan Hamilton fighting there on the low side. Drew timing that corner. Got a good run down the backstretch. Now he's on the inside of Logan Hamilton. That's a battle for fourth. See if Logan tries to keep the high side. Drew's going to move to fourth. Now he's looking to get by his teammate, the 91, Dylan Rosenberg. Just look at the lap times here. Look at Kyle's. It's definitely off the pace compared to first, third, and fourth. I don't know how much that's strategy and how much of just him being slow. Kyle's just trying to get that car home tonight. Kyle's looking for his third TI championship. He's first championship came in season 8 for CFT. And last season he won. He's looking to go back to back tonight. As Elijah's opened that gap up to solid 1.2. It's Josh once again run there in that top 3 as he catches a piece of the wall there. Battle for third here, bro. I don't think you're going to see the 92 really push it with his teammate. Coming up on pit stops, I would believe so. Let's see who's the first one in. Kyle Ethier. He's already in. The 7 cars coming in. That's bringing Logan Hamilton as well. Mitchell Mark following. Let's see how long the 43 stays out. See if he comes in next time around. $50 laps of green flag racing. So much better than what last week's shit show was. .43 keeps it going. Same with Dylan and Daniel. It's Christopher Lewis. He's made his way up to the top 5. Sitting in 4th right now. .43 is brought it in. Lap 52. Let's see how long the 91, 92 stretch it out for. .91 brings it in. Daniel Drew takes another lap. Daniel's slowing down. He's going to bring it in. It's leaving the 111 out there. Chris is going to take it around one more time. Let's see if the 43 is a hot dog stand. Mitchell gets into the wall a little bit. So here comes Cal Ethier. Looks like he's a man possessed. Maybe he knew he was going to have to double stint that first time around as your leader pits. So he's going to double stint, took it easy the second time. Joshua Dunn is going to cycle to the lead. He's going to have a hell of a lead on Elijah. .3 seconds. Tables have turned once more. We had to fire our pit reporter. We'd ask him what the hell just happened down there in the pits. As you see Josh got into the wall a little bit. After the pit cycle, Joshua Dunn out front, followed by the 43 of Elijah Ennis. The 92 of Daniel Drew in third, about ready to get passed by the 8 of Cal Ethier. That is a battle for third. Dylan Rosenberg in fifth. Mitchell Mark sixth. Tim Abrell seventh. Chris Lewis eighth. Ryan Whitaker ninth. Randy Cornwell in the triple deuce. Cornwell's barbecue 10th.
There's the way the sun kisses your skin and how Cornwell's spicy BBQ sauce kisses your lips. It's smoky, it's sweet, and just the right kind of hot. Whether it's ribs, wings, or fingers, you're gonna want to lick it all off. Cornwell's spicy BBQ sauce. Bring the heat to your meat, one taste, and you'll never settle for mild again. Call us if you're craving more. 478-954-7866.
Cornwell's barbecue. Better call and get yourself some. As out front, that lead is starting to shrink, almost down under a second as the 43 is closing in. Last time around, Elijah was 3/10 faster. And right now, Josh is dealing with some lap traffic. Dealing with Melnick in the one car. Old Darkwing Duck. Melnick always has some classics. Oh, as you heard Elijah get real loose off of 2 there. He's trying to give that car everything it's got right now. He wants that lead back. As the leaders are bearing down on your mom. As the leaders just put Dalton Wilson a lap down. The 43 is right there on Josh. Your mom passes Whitaker. Your mom's trying to do their best to stay out front right now. As Josh goes low on your mom. Josh is doing everything he can do to create some space between him and the 43. As he almost gets in the rear end of your mom. As Josh puts your mom a lap down right now. Craig Martin in 10th, a lap down. Well, as the 43 almost gets a piece of your mom right there down the backstretch. Elijah with a slide job on your mom. As now he's putting all of his focus on the 7 car to get that lead back as we're on lap 69. Can't think of a better lap than for a little bit of hog crankers crank it up. As the 43 is looking to get by Joshua Dunn, the battle for the lead heats up. So we're on lap 72 of 100. Elijah got a little bit loose there through the dog leg. He had to gather it back up, get behind Joshua Dunn. .43 looking for a way around. Tries to diamond the corner. Gets a little bit loose. Has to gather it back up. Gets behind Josh. Throws it in low. Trying to make it stick. Gets him at the line. Josh gets into the wall a little bit. 43 clears him as they go into 1. Hell yeah, Ian. We can't wait to have you next season. Cal Ether's first one into the pits right now. Has to be a part of the strategy. Here comes the 43 and the 7. Let's see if the 7 gets into the 43 again. They both get in clean. That's going to give the lead to Dylan Rosenberg in the 91. 26 laps to go, come to 25. Dylan Rosenberg looking to win the TI Cup if he beats Cal Ethier. As the 91 brings it in for his final pit stop of the season. Following your mom right there, making their way into the pit lane. Randy Cornwell, the Cornwell's barbecue machine. He's going to cycle to the lead here as we come down to the closing stages of this race. As a real race for the lead right here, Elijah Enos, Joshua Dunn. Way back here is Piss Jugman Cal Ether. Nestlina 52 truck stop machine. He's looking to put her on the podium tonight, but he's going to have a tough time. Randy brings it in for some service here. Here comes the 43 to take the lead as he's going to cycle back to the front. Followed by Joshua Dunn. Cal Ether's going in there, coming across the start-finish line here. He's about 4 seconds behind Joshua Dunn. Dunn's about a second behind your leader, 43, Elijah Enos. His old Pop's favorite, Sean Lester, goes a little bit high there. Your leader's got clear track ahead of him right now. We've gone almost 80 laps with no yellow. Such a big difference from last week. I don't see the purple Parrot out on the track. I can only think that could be one of the issues. Josh's trying to wheel that machine. He wants to close that gap. He wants to get that lead back. Dylan Rosenberg, Joshua Dunn, and Elijah Enos have been the only leaders so far tonight. Never mind. Just trying to figure out who the other one was. I want to say it was either Drew or Lewis that stayed out. No, it was Melnick that stayed out. He got a lap that way. So Elijah's keeping that lead right around the second right now. 20 laps to go. Josh got on the wall a little bit there. I believe Joshua has said fuck it, and he is just giving it his all right now. There is no tomorrow for him. And the battle for the TI Cup is heating up right here as Dylan Rosenberg is chasing down Cal Ether as Cal is battling your mom right now on track. Oh, Rosenberg gets into the wall. Elijah out front by 8/10 over Joshua Dunn. That gap is staying the same. This Cal has Dylan right there behind him. Once again, those two are facing off in the TI Cup finals. Rosenberg right there on Cal. This Elijah's really opened up that gap now. 1.3, and I mean, it's growing. Dylan looking to get by. Oh my God, that's for the TI Cup. Oh, I thought they were going to touch there. That could have been huge for the points battle as well. Even though, yeah, by the looks of it right now, the worst Kyle could finish would be 12th. So he would not lose the points. Congratulations, Cal Ethier, on wrapping up the points tonight. He will be your season 13 champion. Back to back. 3-time champion. Season 8, season 12, now season 13. Also, if you're looking for a wrap, get in contact with myself. Get yourself a sweet looking car there, like that number 8 machine. As Dylan's still looking to try to get by there. As the 43 has opened up the lead to a 1.7 second lead. 10 laps to go. 91's looking to get by the 8. This is the battle for the TI Cup. So we're looking back off the champ as Dylan's getting run down the backstretch here. Dylan looking low on the 8 machine. Oh, he throws a door. That's how bad these drivers want that TI Cup. Dylan Rosenberg throwing the door. 7 laps to go for these two. Dylan looking to make it stick there on the bottom. Kyle gets out front by a nose there on the high side. Let's see if there's a crossover. That keeps him there on the high side. Oh, Kyle gets into the wall. And Dylan's just now pulling away from him. 5 laps to go. And that might have been all she wrote for the TI Cup. As the TI Cup is not going to go the TI Racing. It's going to go to Showtime Racing from the looks of this. Oh, Kyle does not have the speed in that car after smacking the wall. Dylan's taking TI Racing the Gapplebees right now. As the 43 has a 2.5 second lead over Joshua Dunn. As you see Joshua getting loose back there. Melnick in the wall. As they put Christopher Lewis a lap down. Mitchell Mark is also just going to lap down as well. As we're coming to 2 to go. Elijah with a comfortable lead. Looking to cap his season off a victory here. As Elijah brings it home for the victory. His first TI Cup victory. Dylan Rosenberg, your TI Cup winner. Cal Ethier, your season champion. We'll begin our interviews with our top 3, along with our season champion there at the end. Your final results for tonight: Elijah Enos out front, Joshua Dunn second, Dylan Rosenberg third, Cal Ethier fourth, Tim Abrell fifth, Daniel Giroux sixth, Randy Cornwell seventh, Mitchell Mark eighth, Christopher Lewis ninth, Craig Martin 10th, Steve Melnick 11th, Ryan Whitaker 12th, Sean Lester 13th, Dalton Wilson 14th, and Logan Hamilton rounding out your field tonight. Victory lap there. Once again, we're looking for a wrap. Keep her racing class. Facebook. Dylan, do you have a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, congratulations, Dylan. You are the TI Cup winner.
You know, I've run well over 100 league races in this car, and this is the first time I've ever won anything, so golf clap for me.
There's plenty of people out there right now that are clapping for you.
Oh, I am aware. Oh, yeah.
Everybody's happy that, that this TI championship did not go to TI.
Mm-hmm. Yep, all is right in the world. We can all ride off into the sunset, into the new car, and all live happily ever after.
There was a hell of a battle between you and Kyle there in those closing laps. You were able to get underneath them. Then Kyle was able to get in the wall a little bit. That was all it wrote.
Yeah, well, I mean, it shouldn't have even been a battle because I made an error with the pit strategy. I threw this one away. I had enough pace to at least match, if not be a little quicker at times than some of these other guys. But I pit a lap too late the first stint, and I wanted to pit with the leaders that or I'm sorry, not the first stint. We did a double stint the first, but the first tire stop, which was our second stop, I stayed out a lap too late, and then for the third and final stop, I again stayed out a lap too late because I didn't get the call that the leaders were hitting the pits until I was already, rounding through 1 and 2. So it was too late for me to dive into the pits. So yeah, I mean, and then got to Kyle, and 8 wheels turn better than 4, that kind of thing. And I know I got into him a little bit. I didn't mean to, but it's really hard to pass here unless you have a substantial tire advantage, or if you can force your way to the outside in turn 2. And I mean, I was running that line, just running it and running it and running it, and I finally had enough of a run that I thought I had to take it, and I dove it to the bottom. And it's really slick in these cars, especially going through the dog leg on the front. I mean, it's hard enough to get off turn 4 on the bottom without sliding the rear, but then you got to hold it super tight through the dog leg, and I had to get down to like 50% throttle, and Kyle gained like a car length on me just because if I would have kept going at the rate I was, I would have absolutely wrecked him then. But yeah, I mean, I'm glad for the showtime to go back to back in the TI Cup, and congrats to Kyle on another drivers championship and another fun season. I mean, I'd like to win a race one of these days, but what are you gonna do?
It's there. It's going to be coming there for you, I believe.
Yeah, and I'm qualifying a lot better too. That helps. It's just I got to stop screwing myself with the pit strategy. My problem is I'm too conservative a lot of times, and I think I'm going to get some kind of overcut, but obviously that doesn't happen, and that really doesn't work here because you're only running here. The fuel stint was about 25 laps, so once we were within the window to take tires on our last 2 stops, and you're only running 25 laps apiece, you can't afford to stay out a lap longer. Like the overcut just doesn't exist, and so I got to get that through my thick ass skull.
All right, Dylan, go ahead and give a shout out to all your people, man.
Yeah, shout out to Showtime Racing and Chris Lowe's for another banging season of TI. And my girlfriend Amanda, whom I believe is watching, and I'll give you a shout out as well for broadcasting the thing. Yeah, you do a nice job, and we appreciate it. And yeah, do you know where I finished in the points? My 3rd or 4th, 5th, 6th?
I do not have those yet. I believe Kyle is still working on them.
Yeah, he's gonna take a sweet old time. Well, he's got his chip, so he's content with just leaving the points alone, because
he might just say fuck the rest of the league on the points.
Yeah,
they're not first.
Whoa,
so
whoa! Watch the hot mic. We don't use that kind of language around here.
Oh, this is the real world. That's how people talk.
Yeah. Oh, one more thing. No purple Parrot tonight, so that was nice. We love to see it.
No purple Parrot, and there's no yellow flags. Go figure.
Absolutely. Hell yeah.
All right, Dylan, you have a good night.
Thank you. You too.
All right, I'm here with second place, Joshua Dunn. You got a copy?
Got a copy. How's it going, Bo?
It's going great, Josh. You almost out of here tonight.
Man, that was a fun race, I gotta say. I know I say fun a lot, but damn, that was just a good time. Hard track. I gotta say that was really challenging. Probably one of the harder races of the year. But give a lot of credit to Elijah there. He was the fastest car, I'd say. Dylan was right there with him too, like he said. So man, hat off to those guys. They were really quick and hard to keep up with. Made me sweat. It was a lot of fun.
I will say this, Josh. You are guaranteed to always be top 3. I mean, you're always fighting there for that podium.
Yeah. I don't know what to say, but thank you. Appreciate that. Um, yeah, I love driving this car. This car is super fun to try to find speed. I'm sure those top 3 guys can attest to that. It's just a blast to drive. So yeah, hopefully it's a good show to watch.
Oh, yeah, tonight was definitely 10 million times better than what it was last week. Last week we were lucky to get 5 laps in. Tonight we went green flag the whole way. Great racing. We had viewers comment about how great the racing is. They can't wait for next season. So it's been
Fantastic.
awesome.
No, I love to hear that. Like the respect level tonight was great. It was really fun. Again, the track was set up well for these cars. You were sliding all over the place. Tire wear was a big deal, losing about a second of pace. So yeah, you were really having to manage the car. So I would definitely bring Phoenix back to the schedule very soon if possible. Maybe even in the daytime next time. That would provide some good action as well.
I couldn't agree anymore. Phoenix definitely puts on some great racing.
Have you had a chance to drive the new Gen 4 car, Mr. Bow?
I was going to ask you the same thing. Yes, I have. I do enjoy it.
Oh boy, I cannot wait. It's going to be a thrill. I think the fans that are watching, they're going to have a good season for next year. It's going to be a lot of fun to drive and put us through the test, I think.
Oh, I believe that as well, man. Definitely believe it. Have you got thrown at all?
Say that one more time.
Have you got a chance to run them at all yet?
I have run a couple of the races we had this week in week 13. Obviously, those are like we had at Martinsville last week, can be a crash fest, but um, it's an interesting car. It's definitely a little bit tighter setup from what I hear. The wheelbase a little bit wider, so a little more snug, but can also snap loose with the more horsepower. So it definitely presents a different challenge than these cars do. So having to get that front end to turn will be the battle. But man, 900 horsepower, can't beat it.
Hell no, you definitely can't. All right, Joshua, go ahead and give a shout out to all your people, man.
Yeah, shout out to the family. Really cool to be able to put on a show for them, and especially to you guys, Bo and Chris, being able to put this league on, and Kyle as an admin driving as well. And thank you guys again for just having weekly content for people to watch and enjoy. It's really neat to be able to do this and show off our passion and get to race each other. So thank you guys again, and can't wait for next season. Congrats to Kyle and Elijah again. Fantastic drive.
All right, thank you, Joshua. You have a great night, man.
All right, guys, take care.
Elijah, you got a copy, buddy?
I got a copy.
Hell yeah, man. You finally put it together and you got yourself a victory.
Oh man, it feels great to finally put together another clean race. It's been a tough last 3 or 4 weeks, from Auto Club to Martinsville. It was just really tough how that ended up playing out. But I told my teammates that this track's probably my best NASCAR track. I always run well here in leagues, in officials. I've got a win here in another league. For some reason, me and this track just click, and it was like that from the get-go. I was able to put up a fight to Joshua and Dylan early on. I was able to stay with them. I was able to jump them on the first pit stop by a decent margin, played it safe. I was really, really afraid when I got undercut by Josh that second stop because he pulled out to a 2-second gap. That's got to be the hardest that I've ever driven on a run. Sliding everywhere, modulating the throttle off the corners constantly, sawing at the wheel. But we ended up catching him and passing him right before we pitted that last time, and we were able to just continue to ease on forward throughout that last run.
Yeah, after that final pit cycle, I was wondering because what the next to last pit cycle, Josh was able to jump out in front of you. Then you're able to close that gap. I was wondering how that final pit cycle was going to go for you. Then you're able to cycle in front of Joshua. And you had yourself a nice, well, you had about a second lead. Then you just started to really stretch that out over the final 20 laps.
I'll be honest with you. I'm glad that it didn't turn out like Dover. You know, at Dover, I was leading, went into pit 2 laps before the caution, and we got trapped a lap down because of that caution, and I ended up losing that race. I was praying that a caution wasn't going to come out before the field had cycled through, or at all, really. And I'm really glad it didn't this time. I'm actually really happy. I want to give a shout out to everybody. That was a really fun race, but it was also just a caution-free race, and it was just really fun to watch the strategy play out, watch the tire strategies play out, see the comers and goers, see who the best was over the course of a run. It was really fun.
Yeah, it's always amazing when you have a good, solid core group of racers and how great the racing can be, and there is no yellows.
Yeah, I agree. It was, this is probably among my top, it's definitely among my top 3 favorite races that I've ever done league-wise in iRacing. It was so much fun. It was such a dogfight for the lead. Truly just a dogfight. It was probably one of, if not the hardest battle that I've ever had to go through.
All right, Elijah, go ahead and give a shout out to all your people, man.
I want to give a shout out to my team and my teammate Mitchell Mark. I want to give a shout out to Dan, my team owner. He's the one who brought me into this league, convinced me to join. It's been a real fun 8 races that I've had with this league. And I also want to give a shout out to my main team, Redemption Motorsports, my team owners, LJ Samito, Corbin Collins, my teammates, and everybody. And I also want to give a shout out to my friend, Alex, who helped me stay calm throughout that entire race. He was watching my stream, watching my fuel numbers in the laps and the gap to everybody, just trying to keep me calm, trying to keep me on the right track. And it ended up paying.
All right, man. All right, we'll see you next season. Hopefully you get yourself some more victories.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Elijah, and congratulations once again on tonight's victory. Hey, Kyle.
What up?
Yeah, I know you're there too busy showing a video to Showtime Race and probably some type of TI secret.
No, it was just me nearly getting taken out by Dalton there coming to the pits.
There was a few times people almost got cleaned out going to the pits.
It was close.
Well, you came up short in the TI Cup.
Yeah.
You're doing good till you wasn't.
Yeah, I definitely didn't have the speed those guys have. I'm not a huge fan of Phoenix, but figured I'd try to jump them on the coming just a little earlier every time on the pit sequence, and it almost worked. The race was 5 laps shorter, might have had them, but it took just about everything I had there to try and hold them off without wrecking myself. The car got super loose on the long run, so yeah, I mean, I knew just had to keep it clean. Bring home a good finish, win the championship tonight. So that was the goal. Bring home got the piss jug man into the championship. That's what I'm talking about right there. So shout out to the Salina 52 boys. Shout out to you for this beautiful, beautiful 8 car. We get to retire it with this legacy ARCA car. No better way to finish it off than this.
I couldn't agree any more with you besides maybe winning the TI Cup.
Yeah, it would have been nice, but yeah, you know, it's one of those. Do you want to win the cup or do you want to win the championship? And
I mean, the chance you lose in the championship was pretty slim to none tonight. I mean, the chance was there, but it was slim to none. But yeah, I just feel like you sort of dropped the ball and you left the TI Cup just sort of slip out of your grasp there.
yeah, when he one of the times he got into, I think it was 3 and 4, or I guess it's 1 and 2. He got in there and got into me, and I was like, oh, if I end up somehow binning this thing and finishing like 14th, I'm gonna lose. So I was like, all right, let's take it easy, because that was before. I think that was. Oh no, I guess Dalton was out then, but still.
Yeah, I mean,
I was just,
in all actuality, the worst you could have finished tonight would have been 12th. Everybody else was like 17 or more laps down.
yeah, I wasn't really focused on that. I was just vibing, chilling.
I heard Chris is pretty pissed off at you for just letting that slip out of your grasp.
Yeah, he's definitely a little disappointed.
Are you gonna talk
He
back
didn't-
to him like you did Race Daddy?
No, I'm not. I'm not.
You could use this time to apologize publicly to Race Daddy.
I will actually. I'd like to apologize to the race daddy, Mr. Hounshell, for my actions last Tuesday, and I know it's on the broadcast from that as well. So let's get it on this. Let's let it be known that that was probably the dumbest thing I've ever done in a race car. So at least got that out of the system last week, though.
Thank you. Yeah, so I thought you were going to make a challenger late race. Like I said, then you lost out to Dylan there and lost the TI Cup. But you did win the championship. That's your third championship victory in this league.
Yeah, I get to tie Miles and Bryson there. It doesn't feel like it, though, because I never actually competed against either of them for any of these championship runs. Feels like some Jimmy Johnson shit, but I don't know. You know, I'll take it. We'll be perched up there with the 3 championships. I'd love to go get 4, but I don't know if it's in the cards next season. I hope it is.
Everybody wants it so badly. I even had people comment tonight on the YouTube chat. E&M, this league looks awesome. Can't wait till next season.
Yeah, I mean, that's Mr. Lewis puts on a good show out here sometimes. Another caution-free race too. So
exactly.
You know, I mean,
This
what
is
do we
our
go out for the season here?
I believe this is your 3rd or 4th race this season that we've gone
Yeah.
caution-free.
Yeah, we had a good stretch there until Martinsville, really. But yeah, I mean, shit. I think without Martinsville, it would have been like the last. No, I guess we had one early at Pocono, but 0 or 1 cautions like every race this season except Martinsville. That's pretty good. So
That's very good. And the racing's been clean and hard for the most part.
It has. No purple Parrot tonight though, so I know he likes to race hard out there. More ways than one.
The
but
purple Parrot brings the yellow flag with him.
he does. Man, I'll tell you though, he and Logan with the pit road luck this season was terrible. Logan again tonight. I'm sure you saw speeding on pit road. Another good run foiled. Just the story of TI pit road mistakes, I think. But not for me this year. This was a rare, clean season for me on pit road. So that's how you got to do it to get those championship runs.
Well, Kyle, go ahead and give a shout out to all your people, and let's wrap this season up.
Yeah, shout out to Chris putting this together. Shout out to Wild Horse Broadcasting and you, Mr. Caro, for putting on this show for everybody. And special thanks as well for creating this beautiful Slide 52 truck stop piss jug man Nissan GTR. Like I said, get to retire it with a championship. Would have been nice to get the win tonight, but Phoenix just I don't want to say it sucks, but it's just not a great racetrack. I don't love it. And yeah, shout out to TI, all the teammates, Logan, Colby, Randy, Dalton, Tim, Ryan, Chris. I don't think I'm forgetting anybody. I think that's it. But
The Russians.
oh, of course. Yep, shout out to them. Shout out to TI go-kart track out there and wherever it is out in Russia there. I think is where our logo came from, potentially, by the looks of it. But maybe not. But yeah, shout out to all them, and cool to get up here and win another one. Yeah, can't wait to watch it back, and I know me and Dylan had a good battle there for the TI Cup, so should be a fun watch.
It was a great battle that you two put on for the TI Cup. It was a great finish to this season, and congratulations on your championship there, Kyle.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Mr. Caro.
All right, now get the hell out of my booth.
Yes, sir.
All right, folks. That's going to wrap up Season 13 of the TI Gen 4 series as we say goodbye to this car as well. This car was a mistake when it came back out. This car we have loved. Before this was an ARCA series. Then as soon as the Gen 4 came out, Chris made the smart move and jumped to a Gen 4. Next season, we're going to go to the new car. And hopefully we see you next season. Y'all have a good one.